Welcome to Talking Phat. That's Phat spelled P-H-A-T, which stands for purpose, hope, and truth. This is where solutions are discussed for today's problems in our country, in our communities, and in our lives.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Peace and blessings. Ronobat. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of Talking Phat. I am your host, Keith Robertson, and that's Talking Phat. That's not F-A-T, but P-H-A-T for purpose, hope, and truth. And this is where we bring public information that a lot of times is not public knowledge. Well, listen, guys, I've been talking about finances. I may not be getting the information like I'm trying to present it to you. So I bring on one of my coaches, right? One of my trading coaches. I embrace that. Coach Miss Yolanda Weston. Hey, Yolanda, how you doing today?
Hey, Keith, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, look, let me just thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come to help us today. You know, like I was saying that, a lot of times, we are in this trading or we know about trading and we begin to use terminology and visuals that the average person they just don't know because they haven't been exposed to it. So I wanted to bring you forward to shed that light. You know, you have a special way of coaching. You know, I like I said, I've learned a lot from you through the years that I've known you, and I'm so glad that you were able to take time out of your busy schedule. But let me ask you, Miss Yolanda Weston, before we talk about trading, who are you and where did you come from? What's your story?
All right. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. And I know we've been trying to get together for a minute, so I'm glad that we finally got an opportunity to get together on this evening. My name is Yolanda Weston, and I am from Charleston, South Carolina, born and raised, lived here all my life. I've been married for about 33 years now. October will be 33 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I have a son and a daughter. They're grown, and I have two beautiful granddaughters. So that's basically, the gist of me. I also have a dog. Her name is Portia. My granddaughters are London and Genesis.
That's
And
great.
they're my heart. So I just love being with family and spending time with family, and that to me, that's what it's all about, as we make you feel like you can just leave the stress at the door. And then once especially like with my granddaughters, just spending time and
that's funny.
Family.
I was gonna say that is so funny because I have the youngest is a 1-year-old. I don't care what kind of day I'm going through, what kind of hardship. If my daughter, if she send a video or call on video, on the phone, all I gotta do is see that little girl smile and all that's gone.
Exactly.
Yeah. A couple of my grandkids like that, so I'm not gonna say just her, but her especially,
Yeah.
But it's nothing like being a grandparent. I embrace that fully. I do.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just pretty much a laid back person, and I just love helping people.
That shows.
And most importantly, we put God first. Everything that we do. So we know that we can't do anything without him. So everything I do is ordained by God. And there's, through life you're gonna have like ups and downs and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all about Christ and being able to allow other people to see God's light shining within, so that you can make a difference in the life of somebody else.
As I stated, I've been talking about trading, showing charts and things of that. On a rare occasion, I might break a chart out and show, but it hasn't been anything like we're about to do today, because first of all, people want to know, what is trading? I hear about trading. I hear about this AI stuff. I don't understand that. I hear about charts, but most importantly, how do I make money doing it? That's the thing. Coach Yolanda. Coach Yolanda, what do you have for us today? What did you bring? What did you bring in your bag of knowledge today? What are you going to share with the people?
Well, first of all, I wanted to talk about opportunity. Because that's what trading is trading is an opportunity. Trading is an opportunity for you to break generational curses. You know, you hear a lot about, you know, sometimes you'll hear things about trading and, you know, people losing money or, you know, oh, I'm not going to try it because I already, you know, you hear a lot of misconceptions. You know, yeah, you can lose money, but at the same time, you can win. And trading is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You have to embrace it. It's just like, you know, you going on a job and you know, you getting a new job and you have to go through training. It's the same way with trading. It's not like you can't just jump in there and say, okay, I'm going to do this. It takes time.
You can.
Oh yeah, you can.
You can. Yeah. You
It's
know,
been long. You know, I started out probably like over 10 years ago.
oh,
You
wow.
know, I got a phone call from a friend that, you know, I guess that knew some other people that were, this guy and his wife, they were starting you know, they had this trade group. And, you know, I was like, well, okay, I'll check it out. You know, and I like what they presented. So that was like the first step for me. But just being in that group, you know, that's where I got some of my foundation. But as time progressed, I realized that there was more, there had to be more, you know what I'm saying? And in order for me to win, I had to find out what that more was all about. And so throughout my, you know, trading journey, it's been up and down because, you know, there were times when I felt like, you know, I would get frustrated with it. But you know, for some reason, and then I would stop doing it. But I'll just put it to the side, be like, man, I don't got time for this right now. And then, you know, with working, family life, you know, because, you know, things that happen along the way, I just kind of put it on the back burner. But then one thing that really stood out was like, God would never close that door. I go back to it again. I start and I leave it alone. And then it was like the cycle just kept going on and on and on. And so when COVID came, you know, I was, you know, as you know, my background's in mortgage underwriting. So I've been working from home for years. And you know, not being able to go out and just, you know, how the thing is, you got people they pretty much wanted you to stay in if you could or whatnot. But I was already used to being home anyway. So the fact that COVID came, it just lit a fire in me. It's like, you know what? I need to really buckle down and learn as much as I can about trading. So that's what I did. I mean, I studied basically around the clock. When I wasn't working, or if I didn't, you know, if I had my granddaughter, I would put her to bed, and once she goes to sleep, I'd come back in the office and, you know, and started studying and just looking at the charts and, you know, going back to watch like old videos and pulling up stuff on YouTube just to kind of like put things together. But in between all of that, I have been praying constantly and asking the Lord to show me and allow the Holy Spirit to teach me. Because I feel like if God is the one that's doing the teaching and my heart is open to receive and I got an ear to hear what the Holy Spirit has to say, then I'm going to receive it, and everything that God imparts in me will be downloaded. And so I, you know, I started doing that, and, you know, slowly but surely my eyes started to open. And you know, I remember one of my mentors told me that once you understand the story that the market is telling you, you know, once you realize that story, that's when you're going to really start to see some success. And that is so true. And then, like I say, my journey has been up and down, but I would not change it for the world because it's made me a better person. It made me a better teacher. And now I'm able to go out and show other people what the Holy Spirit has shown me. And, you know, I can see the difference in, you know, my students and the people that you know, that I work closely with on a day-to-day basis. And it's just going to change their lives. It's going to impact their families' lives. It's just something that could add more fuel to your fire. Like, if you're struggling to make ends meet, this is another way that, you could make some money every day or every week and be able to add more to your income. And that's what just building and, getting that mindset that, this is something that we can do. And that no, once you learn the skill, nobody can take it away from you because it'll always be with you. And the one thing that I encourage people that I encounter to do is study. The Bible says to study to show yourself approved. So that's how, we got to study the word in order to be able to interpret what God is telling us. So that's the same thing like with trading. You got to study the charts to be able to see what's going on and how the market's moving and how the market tries to manipulate you into thinking that it's going to do one thing only to take your money, and then it goes and does the opposite, and you already know it's going to do that, but you're not paying enough to wait for it.
There you go.
It's just the same thing. And then it's like, when you get on a new job, you got to learn that skill. You got to learn, like, how does the job want you to do, like, steps 1, 2, and 3. So, it's the same thing with trading. You just got to learn how the market moves. And, just over the last, month or so, it's just been amazing how the Lord has just opened my eyes to see a lot more than I was able to see prior to this time. And it's just, I can't even put into words, because it's like right now with me even talking, I see the charts. I see what's transpiring. And so I know that all of that is just God's way of showing me that, no matter what I've been through, because I've been through a lot. I lost my job back in December of 2022. It's been a rough journey for me and my husband, but we're still standing. There's been a lot of nights that I cried, a lot of tears, a lot of prayer, a lot of hardship. But, the Lord said he would never leave us nor forsake us. So, I had to embrace this journey. And I'm like, okay, Lord, you gave me this. There's visions that God showed me as a child. And, as I got older, like, okay, now I'm starting to understand the things that he was showing me way back when. And now it's like, okay, Lord, you put that in me. So it's up to me to tap into that spiritual realm to bring it out into the natural. So part of that includes this trading journey. And, I can see just alone, like over the last couple of weeks with, dealing with Keith and some of the other people in my group, the elevation. And God has really taken us to another level of understanding. And in all that get understanding. So everything that I do is just based on the word of God. And I truly need God to take me on this journey. He has to lead the way, because every time you try to do something yourself, when you've asked God to, like, Lord, I need your help to do something, and then you try to do it yourself, then he's not gonna step in the way. But if you step back and let him take control, then that's when things will start to, to line up for you. So that's how I do it. That's how I look at my trading journey. Like I said, I've, got ahead of myself and thought I was ready. There was a lot of times that I thought I was ready. And
me too.
I ain't afraid to admit I've lost a lot of money trading.
What's funny is that your story, I feel, is a lot of trading stories, because it's my trading story as well. And I equated it earlier to like being in a relationship. You go in that relationship and you have troubles in that relationship, and you gone. I'm gone. I'm done. You pack your bags and you're gone. So for me, that's what I did. I left the trading. I'm just frustrated. I understand it, but things not working out, and I leave it. And like I say, go for a couple months, but you come to realize that if you just get it, like you say, and all you get understanding. Once you learn it, you can go in and literally pull money out of the market anytime you feel
right. Right. And it's just, like with me, just studying, like I study one chart because I feel like, if I study that one, they're all gonna look pretty much look the same. It's almost like it's like you were saying, like you gotta get to know your mate and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's like you gotta get married to, you gotta get to know the charts, because the market just repeats itself over and over. But once you study and you get in there and you really buckle down and you take it upon yourself to say, okay, I really want to learn this skill, then it makes it easier for you because you're hungry. And like right now, I'm hungry. I mean, the people in my group, they're hungry. So
absolutely. And I'm one of the ones in the group, y'all.
Yeah.
So look, let me ask you this. So we talk about opportunity, breaking generational curses. What else I got? The frustration and how you overcome the frustration. Study, because work works. And then tap in. You have to really be willing to commit some time. Because look, statistically, it takes 3 incomes to run a household.
All right,
now.
You see my NASDAQ?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna show y'all. This is the screen. This is Ninja Trader, and a lot of this is like when I first started out, the group that I was in. This is the chart that that they started out using, because at that time, years ago, when I started out with them, I didn't really know much about the Forex platform. So I'm going to show you a little bit of both of what I use, and how we can see the same things over and over and over. All right, so I'm just going to go back a few days. I know.
Before you do this, can you do this for me? Before you go back a few days, can you go back like on the month view and show that entire chart, like on the month? Because it's something that I was speaking to. I was telling them that we're experiencing historical highs. Where we can see the whole chart. Yeah.
Okay. So this particular chart right here, I have it on the 10-minute, but I normally look at the hour, the 3-minute, the 5-minute, and then I look at the higher time frames. So like right now, you said the monthly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
yeah, this is the life of the NASDAQ. But when they started recording it, as you see right now, where we are today, it has never been this high. So what we have is opportunity. And this is what I'm talking about, to show the people that we have opportunity.
Right.
Because it's like an airplane. An airplane can't fly straight up.
Right.
Sooner or later, it might go and keep going as high as it can, but those engines are going to fail and it's going to come back down.
Right.
It is going to be a correction in the market here soon. But in any case, I wanted them to see that.
All right. So I'm going to jump back down into the 10-minute. And this is yesterday's. So we'll kind of go over what the market did on yesterday. And this is like where you see this little white vertical line here. This is the new day that started. So like the market closes and then it opens back up at 6 o'clock. So this is the futures. So we'll get into all of that later if you decide to come be a part of the group. And you can see like this is the Asian session. So the market has the Asian session, the green box is the London, and then New York. So we mostly look at New York. And then there might be some in the group that gets up at night and looks at the London session. So I mean, like even like with me just looking at this chart right here, I can see like this is where the market reopened. And then it basically was in this range right here. Let's see. It basically was just ranging from high to low, all right, in this area. You can see this yellow box, Keith?
Yes,
Okay, all right, so then during the Asian session, once London rolls in, it swept the high of Asia. So this is another little trick that I show my students, like you got the market moving side to side, then it makes it run up, and then it takes the tumble down, okay? So then that's just one thing that I see. All right, so you know, just going back and looking at this right here, you know, you got resistance level. This is like the market's coming up here, but it's not breaking. And then this is your support. So resistance is like your ceiling. The support is like the floor. So once the market broke through the ceiling, it pushed up, it came back and retested it and went on up to set the high for the London session. Okay. So even in that, if I'm up at London and I'm watching this, I can see that the market is giving me a information. So there's a lot of things that I look at. So I can see this information, and then the market comes down and makes it run. So what one of the things that I teach in my group is how if we miss this run, the market's coming back to it. And then this is where you get in here and you can take your trade and take your trade right there. Hold on, let me erase this stuff right here real quick. Sorry about that. So what I try to show them is like once they get in the trade, like where's the market going to go? So really you want to know like where did the run start? So really you can look and see like, okay, the market, if it took off from right here and it went here, then eventually it's going to come back to this level. So as you can see, even at this is the opening bell for the New York session right here. If you look down below my screen where I got this my crosshairs, you can see 9:30. That's when the market opens for the New York session. So if I swap down to my 5-minute, all right, so this is why I like the 5-minute so much and the 3-minute, because now I can see like right here, this is like the 800 moving average right here. But even if I didn't have any of these lines on here, I still could see that the market wasn't going any higher than this. It came down and took this low out right here with this right in here, came back up. All right. So it gave me an information. Now at 8 o'clock or so, it made a run down. Okay. So then it pulled back up. This is my entry right here. Okay. So then believe this is around 9:30 in here. So, but if I miss this and it pulled down and pull back up, I can get back into this trade. Or if, you know, with me having this moving average right here, and then this closes right here below it, I can say, okay, if I miss all of this, knowing that the market is going to give me a retracement, is what it's called a pullback. So it's not just going to run straight down. It's going to run down and then breathe. Breathing is the pullback. All right. So there's a lot of different little things that we could look at to say, okay, where could I get into this trade? You know, but, you know, we'll go into that further, you know, just for the sake of time. But
can you tell them what because when you said the 800, that might have went across the head. Can you tell them what
this is like this right here? This is a moving average. So it kind of like is a little, everybody say it lags, but I just use these moving averages as support and resistance. So I really don't need them. It's just that like when I first started out years ago, they that's what the group that I was in, they use certain moving averages. So now that you know that I've, you know, been pretty much letting the Holy Spirit teach me, I can see this stuff without the moving averages on there. So like
what is that, the 800 and the 200?
Yeah, the white ones are 800 and the green ones are 200. So you can leave those on. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
And,
But
and just to be clear, we're talking about 800 days and 200 days moving
right.
average. Yeah.
All right. So like, let's say how I showed y'all this M and how the market pulled down. All right. So right in here, I want you to see when it pulled back, there's a like, hold on, let me hold on one sec. Open this up a little bit. All right. So when the market pulled back, you can see like, hold on. Right in between here. I don't see it right there. No, it's not giving us what I'm looking for right there. So, all right. So let's say we got this M formation. All right. So once we get this, it's almost like a neckline being broken. So once this is broken, you pretty much can enter, this will be you can enter the trade right here. All right. So want to make it run down and pull back. This is resistance. You can see how the market's not going any higher than that. This is another way that you can get into that trade. All right, so then once you see that, okay, where did the run start? You can see that this is a level right here. This is a support level. See, the market was sitting here, then it made us run up. So now we're looking to say like, okay, where could the market go? So if I got in this trade right here and took this down, let's see, where it is. I'm just going to tell you the potential. If I get in here and I stop right there, that is 68 points. All right, so 68 times 20, what's that? What's that, Keith? On this particular one. Or you can do like, I think if you do the mini, it's $2. But I mean, on this trade, it's the way we calculate it on this particular system is a little different. But if I was taking this trade right here, it's 68.
I'm sorry, I had my, I'm talking, I had it muted. You say 68 times 20.
Yeah. So
68 times 20.
That's $1,360.
Yep, that's 1,000. Make sure y'all understand this now. Right there. And how much time was that when you look at the time from when you would have got in the trade and gotten out?
That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Less than an hour.
$1,360.
And if you understand, structure, you could have taken that. You could have taken this whole move down from here to here. That's 224 points. And the reason why I said that, because really, this was another level right here. So even if you took it from here, let's say you took it from right here, off of this, from right here to here, that's another 89 points. So you do the math. You done made 68 points from this run to right here. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna try to get back in this trade. And then you make another 89 points. So you do the math now. And you already did this. And this 89 points is, you got in right here. Or right here. It's 5, 10, 15, 20. In 25 minutes, you already made 89 points. 89 times 20. That's $1,780. Okay. So
in a week's time, in less than an hour, you've made what the average person would consider a good weekly income. Less than an hour.
Right. Yeah, because see on this one, it's these trades right here are $5 a tick, $20 a point. But if I go to, there's a smaller version that you could trade that's like $1 or $2. But either way, so if I was trading like on the smaller version, then instead of making that $1,780, I would have made $178. So even at that, that's still not bad, because imagine making that every day on top of your 9 to 5. If you choose to stay there, there's a way, you know what I'm saying? So this right here is just on Friday. You know, I can go back to any day of the week and show you the same thing. See. Just pick random days. And this is how I do. I go back and I back test. And I get my students on. And you know, we just go to work. And
can you tell them what back test is?
It's like just going back and looking at how the market moved and how we see the same things over and over. And I just point out different things to them, like what we can do to be successful, how the market's moving. And we go back and we start to see because we come in around New York time. So we go back and we look like, okay, what happened? what happened during this time. So even like with me, just looking at this chart right here, I can see that the market was basically just moving like side to side. You know, it did, you know, come up, it traded in this range until it broke out right here. So if I'm seeing that, you just got to be patient. Because it really, you know, if I'm looking at that, I can be like, okay, once it broke out, and then it gave me a retest. So this breakout is called a break of structure, meaning it took out this level right here. It broke up, and the market normally, when it breaks out, it normally breaks out and it comes back and retests. So that's where you want to get in at. You want to get in at the retest level, okay? And then even down here, I could have drawn a trend line. The market was making lower lows right here. I got three things that's touching. Then it gave me a pin bar right here with this green candle right here with the wick. It gave me a pin bar on support, meaning that you know, I could have gotten in this trade right here if I wanted to and test it to see if it would go up off of this support level. But just for, you know, just a little bit that I'm showing you, there's ways to make money in this market. So like you know, once it breaks out here, it pulls back, you get in the trade, you can take it to the next level. Or you can take, you know, you can just ride it up and just, you know, I'll show you later on how to lock in your profits. But the market, all it's doing is just making cycles. It repeats itself over and over and over. But like I said, you have to get in there and be able to see it, because, you know, I could say like, this is a W, and then I could have put a trend line right here. Once this break up above it, pull back, boom, I'm in the trade, and you could ride that up. This could have been the first level that I take profit. Then guess what? The market went side to side. Normally, once it makes it move, once the market consolidates, it continues in the direction it was going in. What direction are we going? We going up. See? So you got one level right here. You got two levels, right? A second level right here, and then you got to push up. And it gave you three levels, excuse me, before the day even ended. So it's all about seeing it with your eyes, you know, seeing how the market is moving from, you know, one day to the next. So we were to go to the next day, it's the same thing, you know, over and over and over. It's like with this, I'm looking at this, you know, market coming up early in the morning. I'm seeing information, it pushed down. Came right back up here to this level, gave us our rundown, came right back up here to where it broke out, boom. Okay, so now we coming down to the New York session. And, you know, we just gonna sit on hands and we kind of like analyzing to see like, okay, right now, this will probably be our high of this. This is our high, this is our low. The market had already broken out down here. So when it opened at 9:30, we're trying to figure out like how we can get in. So what I see is, even though we, you know, came down here, it looks like we still in a downtrend. So what you could do is you can draw a trend line. All you need is 3 touches. All right, and so this right here is 9:30. This is where the market opened right here. All right. So at 9:35, look at what happened. The market's already showing us it could go down, then it pulled back up right to this level right here. All right, so I'm also seeing that this was my last up candle before the drop. So this is just something extra right here. Boom. Market came right in there and right into this. We call this like an order block. So the market came right in there, right off of these levels, tested it, and boom, dropped. So if I was to take that trade and I understand what I'm looking at, I understand price action. This is price. The market came right back in to test this price level right here. And this is basically like a resistance level, because you can see the market was sitting here. So if I didn't even catch this one off the wick, if I wanted to get in this trade right here, I can say, okay, if I get in this trade, this is the next level until it breaks it, because this little red dotted line is the low. So if I took that Look how the market kept going down to my 800. That's 67 points, guys. I get in this trade, you done made that in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. That's almost $1,300 that you made in 15, 20 to 25 minutes. This thing ain't no joke. This is what I'm showing my students. We learning this every day. And as the Holy Spirit continues to teach me, I mean, we on fire now. I mean, it's like we're so excited because we're seeing the market like we've never seen it before. And so, you know, that's what's just been so amazing over the last few weeks is like the things we're starting to see now. It's been there all along. It's just that, you know, now it's just totally different. So even like, look at this. See how the market was moving side to side, came up, tested this high, drop. That's 121 points. All right. And then here we go coming into the 8 o'clock hour. All right. So this is my last up before the down. Yeah, the market came right back. Almost touched that. Right off of that 200. Boom, what do I see? I see an M. And then when it broke that, the pullback right there. And guess what time that pullback came? All right, so we can see our rundown. Our rundown right here. All right, and once it moves away from it, it has to come back. Boom. All right, so it came back. Here's 930, here's 935. Where'd it come back to? Right into our resistance area. So once it comes back in there, you pull the trigger. And where you going to take it? You got to look at, we go back and we say, okay, where did the run start? The run started from right here in this area. So you can take it back to there and take your money and be done for the day. That's 86 points. And I'll show you how to really, if you want to really stay in it, what you need to do to make that happen. All right. And so that's just off the 5 minutes because we know the overall trend has been to the upside, but you still can catch trades either way. But you just have to understand what you're looking at. Any questions, Keith?
No, I'm following you. You know, I think some of the terminology, like when you said sit on hands. Let me explain to y'all what's going on when she says sit on hands. Sometimes you literally have to sit on your hands because you got to wait for the move to happen. Because if you get into the move too early, you can wind up losing money. And so if you just wait and let the move unfold, you're able to jump in and reap the rewards like she's saying, like she's showing you.
And like a lot of times, like because some people they look at the market all day, you know, I try to like get in and get out. So I'll be, you know, because the thing is just making sure you can stay disciplined to make the money and not go back. Because when you start to go back, that's when you lose. I'm one of those, I'm a living witness that I've been up and then I go back like, oh, that one more trade. And that one more trade will wipe you out. You don't understand what you're looking at. So now what I'm trying to show them is like how you can get in the trade and stay and you don't, you know, or just get a nice piece of change from the market and move on about your daily business. So that's what we basically been learning. And it was just a little snippet. Like even like you can see if I was to put my fibs on this right here, it's high to this low right here.
Explain to them what they're looking at.
The Fibonacci is like levels to kind of show you like where the market comes back to retrace. All right, let me move it here. Hold on. So you see how the market came like right in here. Let's say, I'll move it back. Like right in here, it created a low down here. So if I'm trying, like it's like moving side to side. It's like a funky side to side, but if I'm trying to look for an entry, I'm gonna do it from low to high. All right. And so I'm trying to make sure like this right here has 76.4%. this is the area that I pretty much try to look to get in to the trade at. But also as the market goes up, I'm looking at like this, the last down candle before the run up. I can put a box around that candle right there. You see how the market came right back into that?
Do.
But I took half of this little red candle right here. Boom. Look at that.
Spot on.
And on top of that, you know, this is 930 right here. All right. The market came up, came right back into that, and gave you a, you know, a nice little move to the upside. So even if you took it from here to there, it's still a nice piece of change if you got it right here to this level. That's 85 points, guys. In 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 minutes, you done made 85 points. Or you can take it from here to here. You don't have to have the whole move. That's still 43 points. That's giving you over, what, 40 times 20? That's giving you over, what?
800.
Yeah, $800 in just that short.
That's a win. That's a win, y'all. This is a win. And this is what I've been trying to share with you. And possibly that wasn't effective enough, but I'm seeing, look, this is what you get when you put in the work and you understand, because work works.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I done put in a lot of hours. And I lost a lot, but I understand better now. All right. So, okay, so here's another little move right here. We into the next day, and you can see like the market was consolidating this whole time, and it broke out right here. All right. So when it broke out, it came down and tried to test this level, this level down here, but it didn't quite make it. All right. So then it gave you a pin bar on support, because you can see the market will stop right here. And then it broke out of that. This is what we call a look, you know, we'll learn all of this, but this is what we call a liquidity grab. Like you had a lot of orders sitting right here at this level. You had a lot of sellers sitting here waiting to take the market down. So this candle right here just came and grabbed all of those orders and pushed it right back up. All right. So really, once you see that, a pin bar on a level of support, boom, you can get in right here and take that ride up. And you can see, this probably was an up day, pretty much. So if you understand what you're looking at, and then this is another thing that we've learned, it's called divergence. And this little thing down here is called stochastic. So you can see that it's opposite of each other. See? So that's another trigger. You're like, oh, we got a little divergence. Like this right here, and this is opposite of each other. So that tells me that another trigger that the market's getting ready to reverse right off of this level. All right. So like I said, it came down. Here's 930. Market open right here on this candle. And it's already given us, what do you see down here? What formation you see down there, Keith?
With an M?
Mm-mm.
W.
There you go. That's your W right there.
Let's do that again. Erase that so I can answer that correctly.
All right. All right. So you can see that the market gave us what's called divergence right here. And again, okay, Keith, what formation you see forming at the bottom?
W.
There you go. So you can see the W right here forming. And then you can do like a little trend line right there. And when this candle opens up, this is your entry right here. You can ride that on up.
Wow.
And like this is a level. You can see you got a level right here. And you can see how the market pushed up, came back and retested, pushed up again. That's another level. Now all it does is just retest levels. All right, so we got another breakout and a retest. So now you got 3 cycles. You got cycle 1, 2, and 3. So there's so much I can share and teach because I've learned over the long haul, the things that, and how I just put everything together to try to make money every day. So,
and you can learn it too. That's the important thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've been giving them a lot of sauce, just things that I've learned along the way, and that it's just been amazing what God is doing and the things that God is showing us. So like even here at this high, we hear, you can see clearly what you see right here, Keith.
I am.
There you go. It's sitting there clean as day. But then you know what? It came down and came back up. You know why? Because this is when the market opened. So all it did was come back up here and test the New York high. See, the high of London rolling into New York. It just came back up here. And guess what? If I drew a little line right here, you can see that the market did not take that London high out. So my radar is already up when I see this. And I'm gonna get into that trade. I'm getting in. And you could take this. This would be like you can take it from one level to the next. And basically you looking to see like where did the run start? Okay. So really the run up, it started right down here. So eventually, put a little line right there, the market's gonna come back and test this line right here. It's gonna have to, because that's where that run started at. I want y'all to see this. All right, so, it may not happen right away, but it's gonna happen. That the market comes back down and tests that. So now you got your run. And I left that line there, so in hopes that we could see it. So if you got in, and it's a bigger M too. It depends on how you see it. I saw a smaller one here, but boom, 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 boom. You can draw your little trend line. You need 3 contacts. The market pushed away, came back right off of this. Boom, we go into the downside. Man, come on. Every day it's doing the same thing. You just got to train your eyes to see it. So we get in here, we take the ride down, Keith. Because if this continues, let's say we took it here. That's 107 points. So you really already made over $2,000 for the day. You can call it a day after that.
That's right. And
then really I'm trying to show them how you don't have to, because like when I first started, they had us scalping for like $20, $10, $15. Oh, we see $15, we're going to get out. So it took me a while to kind of like regroup and get, try to change my mindset once I saw what the market was really doing. So, I have developed a lot of bad habits along the way. So, those habits were hard to break, but I, just kept praying. And, the main thing now is just trying to stay disciplined and trust in the analysis, trusting what I've been taught, trusting what the Holy Spirit has taught me, trusting what God has allowed me to see and how he's opened my eyes to how the market is really moving. Excuse me. And then like, once it comes down here, I know at some point it's coming back down to visit that line that I just showed y'all. But really, it done came down here and made a low. And then a lot of times the market done opened up, it's going to reverse and come back to where it opened up at. And you can see it did that. So it's doing that all the time. See? We ain't too far off, are we? We're not that far off. So again, here's a different day. We coming into New York. You can see here, you got like that probably went and tested the high of the session and didn't take it out. So one thing that I've learned, comes up here and it doesn't close, I'm in that trade. and it's gonna give me a nice low run. Nice low run. And then you can see clean as day, like at 6 o'clock, 6:30. What formation is this right here, Cliff? I mean, Keith?
Yeah, that's an M for sure.
No, right here.
Double bottom?
Yep, double bottom. And then you also see the M up top. See if I can break
I call that an M. I meant a W.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Hold on. M here. Phase. Come back. Give it a W. The market
Can you explain the psychology behind the M and W? What they're actually?
Yeah, there's like reversal. They basically like means the market getting ready to reverse when you see that. So that's it. Once you know, the market is called the market maker. So it's like the people behind the scenes, the big honchos. This is how they looking to manipulate the market. So they looking to like right here, for instance, you had a lot of sellers right here waiting to get in, and you can see this one little candle that came down and grabbed all those orders and took them all the way back up here. And you can see up here, right here, you had buyers, okay? So if I put a horizontal line, right, a vertical, a line right there, you had buyers in the market. And guess what? The market didn't go any higher. So now you had buyers trapped and you got sellers trapped. And so what it is they didn't go any higher to let those buyers stay in the market. You see what I'm saying? So now all these sellers down here are trapped. And it took them all the way up here. So you know they done canceled their order. And they took them all the way up there only to drop out the sky. So they just manipulate you to make you think that they're going to do one thing, and then once you cut your losses, it goes back and it does the opposite. Man, I learned a lot because I used to be one of those ones that got manipulated all the time until I started seeing truly what was going on. So, like I say, even at 9:30, and it didn't take this high out, you can see you got a level right here, and once this candle right here closed, boom, you can already see down here, boom. You can see that formation. And then you can get in the trade right here at this 200. I'm taking this trade and I'm going to take it all the way down. I'm going to take it here. And if it continues, because it looks like it's going, that's 119 points, but I'll settle for the 68. So either way, and then guess what? It broke. So like I say, you got to look at levels. Like you had a level right here. Okay, so the market came down, went up, came back down. It broke this level. So then what you got right here, you got it's called a break of structure. Like this level was broken. So the market continued to go. It continued to go down, and then it pulled right back into this. And by I say earlier, it makes its run, but it's going to pull back. So this is called a pullback or a retrace. So, or a continuation. This is like a reversal and continuations. That's what the market does. It gives us reversals and continuations. So we got to move down. We got the pullback. And then once it comes in here, if you feel up to it, you can take another trade. And this would be the level. And then, like I say, it just continues to go. And then like here, down here, you can see a big old W. And it just keeps repeating the same thing over and over and over, guys. That's it. It just does the same thing. Like, you just got to train your eyes to see it. And it works wonders. And this is what Keith is learning. This is what some of my other students are learning. They're catching on. And, we're just taking it day by day, trying to grow together, trying to elevate together. We talk about what we see. I just try to stay on them because, this is something that I know that could change our lives. and change our family lives. So like I was showing y'all before with this Fibonacci, and it just fib levels. You see that the market's trying to move up. All right, so if I took it from this high to this high, this is where it pulled back to, right to the 76.4% retracement. So that's another entry. Boom, I'm in right here. And then it gave you like close to like what you could call a double bottom. And this is right at 930. The 930 right here, market came down to this level. Shoot, you get into that trade. You don't have to be afraid. And I took it from here, from this low to this high right here. And this is as high as it went prior to opening bell. And this is my low. I can bring it down a little bit. This is the low. But look at your entry. Boom, right there. See that?
I do.
This is plain as day. It's another entry right here at 940. All you gotta do is be patient. And then you can take that ride up. So from here, from there to there before it pulled back, that's over 100 points, guys. I can't put it no plainer than this.
What they say, you can't make this stuff up.
You're doing the same thing every day. Every day. And then this is what I teach them also, how to market side to side. It's called a trap. It traps you. This right here is a trick. So now I know what I'm seeing. So now we wait on the move. Boom. That's your entry right here. All right. So if I took that down, just seeing that. That's 135 points. But let's say you just took it to this level right here. You just want starting out, go from one level to the next. It's still only 94 points. So you almost made $2,000 in 5, 10, 15 minutes. So I want y'all to see the power in what I'm showing you. And then there's also the futures chart. So you can see this, Keith? Hold on, let me
Yes.
erase this. All right, so this is called, this right here, GBP, Great Britain, the Great Britain pound, the Japanese. This is the 15-minute. So this is a Forex chart. So, you know, now that the government's cracking down, there's a lot of Forex brokers that they're free. And you can put little or nothing in an account with them and build, but a lot of them aren't accepting US customers anymore. But I know this one is Ventura. I actually just started this account not long ago with $100. I'm trying to flip that. So, but you know, there's a lot here to see. I mean, with just this particular account right here, just looking at it, the first thing that catches my eyes is this level down here. You know, that's a double bottom. The market, this is a support level. So obviously something down there is see how the market, you got to look to the left to see like what happened previously. Like this level right here was serving as support and resistance. What was once support becomes resistance and vice versa. So once I see that, I'm like, okay, my radar's up. Like, you know, I got a pin bar on the level of support. This would be my entry right here to take that up. And see on Forex, we count pips. So we'll go over all of that, but it's a nice little ride up if you understand what you're looking at. You can probably ride that for the day. And then like right in here, you know, the market broke out of here. So it broke this level right here. So once it broke, you can get into this trade and take it up. So it's just a lot. I mean, it may seem overwhelming, but if you apply yourself and, you know, accept the knowledge that's being taught, you can learn a lot. Because, I mean, just from right here and down here, this is on 1 hour. This is called this is your USD JPY. So this is the US Japanese. All right. So on these, you can, like, this an hour, like, I'm already looking at like what's going on with this chart. And I see this. Hold on, I have to change the color. I see that. And then I see this break right here. This is where it broke structure right here. And then it made a run, came back. I can get in the trade right there. And look how many days it dropped. These little lines right here represents new days, the break. So you had a drop right here. 1 day it dropped, 2 days of drop, 3 days of drop. And the market makers, they normally take you down 3 levels. So you got 1 level. And then this is your third. And then at the end of that third, you start looking for the W formation. And now you got another level, rise up, and then it's probably going to come right back up here and test this level up here. So that's it in a nutshell, guys. This is what I've been learning. This is what the Holy Spirit has been teaching me. You know, I hope that you guys enjoyed the presentation. Y'all can reach out to me. My email address is yolawest1989@gmail.com. That's YOLAWES1989@gmail.com.
And also that information is going to be down in the description of this video as well. I'm going to put your contact information as you wanted
okay.
to reach out to you.
Okay, cool. The name of my my group is called my business is called Charts Unlimited. I'm getting ready to start a course. So, and I'll also be doing one-on-ones, and you know, y'all reach out if you know, I'm not sure like how much it's going to be or anything like that. I'll just have to see what the Lord says.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that out. You're gonna come up with a number.
Yeah, I'm thinking 300, but
I'm gonna come out. I look at what others are putting out here, y'all, and I've spent what I consider a good amount of money with some of these groups, and it's amazing that when I met Coach Yolanda from another group, and then she introduced me to another group and another group and another group, and the whole time I was learning, you know. So you can learn this, but now she's compiling all that information that she learned, she is compiling all of this information that she's learned over the past 10 years to help individuals like you out there, to help individuals like me, to help whoever wants to learn this. You know, you can go out and get into an AI trading group, and you can also diversify if you want to put some money in artificial intelligence, but you need to understand how the actual trading system works so you can do it for yourself. What happens one day when you go to your trading group that's only focused on artificial intelligence, and the group is no longer there because the creators of the group made enough money and they're gone. And we've seen that happen.
Yeah, because I mean, I know I've invested in a lot, you know, a lot of education. Some of it was free, some of it not free, but you know, it's all about, you know, picking up little you know, bits and pieces here and there. And that's what I've learned. I put everything together, like from the start to up to right now of what I've learned over the years. And just like, you know, this is a chart that I shared with my group on yesterday. And this is the S&P. And the S&P and the NASDAQ pretty much, they flow. But, you know, just for them, just looking at this right here, you know, we can see boom, boom, run down, boom, boom, push down. Now, when it came back up, it came back into this area right here, which we call a fair value gap. And I'll be, you know, we're going to be teaching them about this too. You know, all of that, how the market just came right back, boom. Now, look, came down, came back up, boom. Now they can get back into the trade. So it's all about what your eyes see, guys. And I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with the Holy Spirit. You can't go wrong. So I'm just gonna say the opportunity is there. If you want to learn, I'm willing to teach. I've had people tell me that they've been in a lot of groups and nobody has broken it down to where they understand it until they got with me. So
That's true though. That's true. It's the same thing for me, guys. When I went in, I understood buy low and sell high. But how did you make money selling from the top down to the bottom? It took me the longest to get an understanding of that. But when I got with Coach Yolanda, I really got an understanding of price action and how it works. Looking at the different formations, understanding, you see the blue and green, right? Each of those are candlesticks. Each of them, they have a different meaning. It's talking to you. Like I said, you have to first take time and do the work, because work works, and then you get to know your mate here now. And again, I only it really dawned upon me when I looked at trading like a relationship. Like I said, sometimes you're mad at her, sometimes you love her, or that's how I relate to my chart, right? You may relate to your chart as a man, but I relate to mine as a woman, right? And understanding and having that marriage and getting to understand that person or that chart, it takes time. And like I said, being led and coming into sessions like this and being made aware of what's out there for you. Because that's three incomes, y'all. Three to run a household.
Yep. Well, all I can say is that, the people in my group, they starting to see the light. And
Absolutely.
The light's finally coming on upstairs for all of us. And we're all excited to grow together. And it's like I tell them that patience, we just gotta wait. We wait to get paid. That's my slogan. We wait to get paid. Because if we wait on our setups, we're gonna get paid. And then, I want to get to the point where we all can trade together, because if we're talking through it, just like in our chat group, we talk what we see, we draw, we put our analysis in there, we mark our charts up, and we're all pretty much on point. So, and it just makes my heart feel good to know that they're embracing the teaching. And I just thank the Lord for just giving me that platform to share with them and to show them what the Holy Spirit has shown me. And now it's like I tell them I've been doing this with them for a long time now. And, there's been a lot of growing pains for me and a lot of hiccups along the road, but we still here, we still grinding. And now it's time for us to put into action what God has deposited into us and start making a difference and an impact in the lives of our families. So with that being said, we also gonna I'm hoping to put together like a 2-year plan with them, and we all gonna get together and just try to figure out like where could
we gonna do it. We're not gonna try to do anything. We're gonna do it.
Yep. So we're gonna that's what I want to do. I want to get together with them, and we're gonna come up with a 2-year plan to be at a great level in the next 2 years financially. And I'm also, looking forward to the day that I can teach this to my granddaughters. So because this is a skill that once they learn it, they will never have to work for anybody. Unless they want to go out there and, do the little 9 to 5, but they still can make money, trade.
So that is definitely a key, Yolanda. I really appreciate you taking time to share this information with us. I mean, listen, guys, you just got. I mean, if you were going to pay for this, I've paid $1,000 for what she just showed you. I mean, that's being real with you. I have, and walked away from it with an understanding, but not knowing. Had a bit of an understanding, but this is some information that she shared with you. And when I tell you that when we're in the group, and I'm not just talking about something that just started. This has been going on for a while. We've learned a lot, and using different strategies from different other individuals, master traders that are out there, and being able to combine this. This is what Coach Yolanda has been able to do. I see it for myself,
Right. And Keith has seen the growth. He's seen, over the course of time that, he's seen it. He's seen it firsthand. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, look, let me get you can get rid of the screen share So we can
Okay,
come back.
stop share. All right.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, you say this before if you've been around, you know, that the average family that files bankruptcy, if they would have had an extra $500 a month in income in their household, they wouldn't have had to file bankruptcy. And you just saw what she showed you where, you know, in a matter of a few minutes, 30 minutes, hour, whatever, that was $2,000. Now, no one's going to say that a person's going to be able to do that on a daily basis, but you can if you put the work in. But if you did that, do you realize that's over $500,000 a year in income? When you do the math on
Yeah,
it,
just think about this.
$2,000 a day, $10,000 a month.
Yeah, I mean, not even at that. If you made an extra $500 $100 a day, $200 a
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
you know, it all adds up. And then, like, as I just showed you, the market keeps repeating itself.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get to the point where you know what it's going to do, then you can leverage more. And then
Yeah.
that's when you start to make more because you got a greater understanding of what the market's going to do. So, like with me, I mean, I think this is the most excited I've ever been on my trading journey because now I really, really see what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's
Praise.
almost mind
Most high,
blowing.
for
It's like
sure.
just constantly under seeing the charts and in my head. I could be driving down the road. I'm still seeing the
Yeah.
charts in my head and
Uh-huh.
analyzing and just so amped and excited about my students and you know just embracing this to me this is ministry. This is what it's all about for me, just being able to sow into other people and seeing the excitement and you know just hearing them you know so excited about like I had one young lady and we came up in the same group that I told y'all I started out in and I reached out to her a few weeks back and she was just basically ready to give up until I started showing her um nah, we can't do that. Until I started showing her what I learned as of late. And now she's on fire and excited and amped and you know, it just does my heart good because I'm seeing the fruits not only of my labor, but of the time that they're putting in to learn as well. So it's like I tell them, we grow and we elevate together,
Yeah.
and it's just amazing.
It's funny. I said to my cousin today, he made a statement, or he made a comment, but he was using one of the lines from the movie Trading Places. And I said, that's one of my favorite movies, especially the end part, where it's like, how you doing? Doing fine, Billy Ray, and because it gave me an epiphany at that moment when I saw that as both of those guys, they were, we look at Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, one was poor, one was rich, they switched roles. But I realized that for both of them and for us, there's no fun at the bottom or the top by yourself.
Right. And
It's
it
truly
does
not.
get lonely. Yeah, it does
Yeah,
get
yeah,
lonely. 'Cause I'm like, man, I told them, you know, I need somebody to hold me accountable. Because
yeah.
sometimes, you know, me sitting in here and looking at the charts, it gets lonely. But when you got a
Mhm.
group that's, you know,
I'm gonna
everybody
start
pushing each
talking
other
more.
and talking to each other and, you know, trying to say, well, I see this, what do y'all see? And, you know, it makes the learning experience a whole lot better because, you know, just not just me talking, like we get on our Zoom sessions, you know,
Mhm.
I'll start teaching, but then, you know, I stop. I'm like, okay, I need y'all to show me what y'all see because if they can tell me what they see and they're by themselves, then I know they're going to see what we've seen together, and they'll be
Mhm.
more comfortable pulling the trigger. Say, okay, I can try to make money. I'm going to make money today. I'm
Yeah,
going to
there
do
you go.
this. I'm going to do that. Or if it's not there, then we learn to wait. So a lot of it
Hey,
is just
I
mindset.
gotta say this too. When we talk about sitting on hands, I mean literally. Friday, I was watching that market. The market had run down, and it did a reversal, right? It did a pullback, and I knew it was going to. But the little guy, man, go on and get some of that reversal. It's going to do
Mhm,
a pullback, and
mhm.
I lost some money not waiting. But I still had a good day Friday. But
Right.
but again, sometimes you literally have to sit on your hands and stop
Yep.
trading.
Yep. And
And
that's
it's
why
always go ahead. I'm sorry.
when I told you that model that came to me a few days back, we wait to get paid.
Yeah, yeah,
That's sitting on
yeah.
hands. You know, sometimes
Mm,
you rush And that's when you lose. And then after you done messed up, that's when you really see like, okay, you see what you're supposed to have seen play out. But all we gotta do is wait because you know it's there. And I'm telling you, man, this is our season. You know, like the Bible said, in due season you reap if you faint not. Man, it has to manifest. Because
I got one for you. I got one for you that I've been saying lately. I've been saying that the wealth of the wicked is being released to the just. And not that it's gonna be, it's starting to be released to the just. And I truly see that. I see that. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But well, look, Coach Yolanda, we really appreciate your time. But listen, it's a prerequisite to coming on to the show. You got to bring some sauce to the people. Now, that sauce is what we call public information. That's not public knowledge. Now, you gave a bunch of that teaching about the chart, but we need to hear something from your life, from your work, or whatever experience you want to pull from, something that a person can listen to it and put it into action as soon as they get off this podcast. Miss Coach Yolanda, what is the sauce did you bring to the people today? What say ye?
I would say, wow. Don't procrastinate. Do not procrastinate, because procrastination leads to doubt. Doubt leads to fear. Look, go on and roll with it. If this is something that you want to do, get on it. I mean, it doesn't have to be trading. You know, it could be you writing a book, or, you know, you opening up your own business. You know, don't let anybody or anything stand in the way of you achieving your goals, your dreams, your success. You know, and then just always put God in the forefront, because God is the one that gives us the visions and the dreams. So we just have to follow his plan for our lives. And, you know, that's the biggest sauce I could give anybody, is to follow God's plan for your life. That's it.
I'm going to drop a bomb on that, y'all. Don't procrastinate.
Thank you for taking time to tune in to Talking Phat. As we know better, we must do better, because action of knowledge leads to power. If this content has been useful to you, please like and share. Tune in again. Peace and blessings.
I'm Coach Yolanda Weston, and I have just been talking Phat. Peace.